Step into the new when you drive a Chevy. It's time for a fresh approach and a new perspective. And find the Chevy that's right for you. Find new experiences, find new roads. Chevrolet.
Well, hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the Missouri Sports Network, MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. As always, coming to you from the Pizza Ranch studio here and presented by Central Bank of the Ozarks, Doak Propane, Great Southern Bank, Labor's Local 663, the Bank of Billings, and Chevy dealers of the Ozarks. Go now just north of, well, I got a geography lesson a little bit, but out to Bowling Green High School and head softball coach Craig Smith and our athlete of the week, Megan Graver. Folks, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Coach, first let's just talk a little bit about the season from your standpoint. Tell us a little bit about Bowling Green, how the season's gone so far.
Yeah, we started in a tough Troy tournament at the beginning of the season. We went 2-2 there, 2-3, I think. Kind of been up and down since then. We play a top schedule, here in the state. We're playing 4 and 5A teams, playing top teams in 1A and 2A with Canton and Palmyra. But we've gotten hot here the past couple of weeks and able to string some wins together. We were able to string a win last night against a tough Silex team. They're top 4 or 5 in Class 1, and we were able to come back at their place, so that was a nice win for us.
Yeah, and earlier, prior to that, you had Palmyra, a 1-0 victory, and to that end, our Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks athlete of the week, Megan Graver, alongside. And tell us a little bit about this young lady.
I mean, she's a workhorse, man. You being a baseball guy, I call her the bulldog because she's kind of like Oral Hershiser, just kind of puts her head down. She's one motion out there on the softball field and doesn't let a lot get to her one way or the other. We were talking, I think last night was about the most emotion I've seen from her in the 3 years that I've known her. And it was just a simple throw to first base that she thought that she may have messed up, and she's kind of looking at me like, gosh darn it, but she's real even keel and just goes to work, and she's a real horse for us.
And Megan, first off, congratulations on behalf of the Missouri Sports Network and Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks athlete of the week, and welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Megan, let's go back. Are you junior?
Yes.
You're junior. So going back, what's been your role prior to your junior year on the team? Have you always been a pitcher or the pitcher?
Yeah, we had a girl last year who was like our main pitcher at the time, but I still had to step up during some games and pitch some to give her a rest. But yeah, I mainly have always just done pitching.
And do you ever play anywhere else in the field, or just primarily pitching?
This year, I've recently started playing third a lot more. So,
all right. Well, let's focus on the pitching right now. You go back to that game almost a week ago now. Tell us a little bit about that game, Palmyra. Did you? Number one, it's probably a rivalry school. What was your what did you feel like going into it? Did you have a good bullpen? Did you feel like you were really pitching well before the game started?
Yeah, I warmed up and I was feeling pretty good, and then I knew they were going to be tough, so I had to be on my A game. So I made sure everything was working, and I knew I'd have to move the ball around a lot because Palmyra is a tough school, and my main focus was just keeping their timing off and changing it up. That way they could never catch on and square something up hard.
As the game is going on, you finished the game with 17 strikeouts, okay, in 7 innings, so better than 2 an inning, 2.5 strikeouts per inning. Did you realize as the game was going on that the strikeouts were mounting up?
No, I actually never pay attention to my strikeouts, and then I never feel like I have that many, and then they say it at the end. I'm like, oh, okay, but I never pay attention or worry about that because if I do, I feel like that's when it'll go bad.
Hey, what is your relationship like with your catcher? Do you get to talk between innings, and if so, what are those conversations like, and what was it like that particular day?
No, me and my catcher have a great friendship even outside of softball. We're best friends, so the communication and the way we work just is so easy because it's easy to communicate with her and tell her exactly what I want and if I need her to move or do something, and it's just like no arguments, no anything. It's simple, it's easy.
So do you ever shake her off or say, no, I'm not throwing that?
Yeah, I call my own game, so I don't.
Okay. All right. And in that game, I mean, you get a shutout, but someone's got to come up and hit a big home run. Kind of describe that moment when I believe it's Dieters.
Yeah.
Gracie Dieters, yes.
Gracie Dieters hits the home run. Tell us what that response was like from your point of view.
No, that was amazing. We needed that because it was both teams are so tough that it was going to be like we needed someone to get the first run across. So having that like really helped us up because if we wouldn't have had that, we would have went into the last inning still probably being a 0-0 game. So that helped us out a bunch.
You know, it's Palmyra and it may not be, but as you look at your schedule, are there games that you really look forward to? Maybe it's a game, a team that maybe beat you last year, or it's a rivalry game, or maybe you've got friends on the other team. What are games that when you look at the schedule you really look forward to?
I was really looking forward to the Silex game because last year we played them. We ended up losing 3-2. That was a tough loss. And then I'm looking forward to the Clopton game because I have a few friends on there and they're always like a rivalry school. So
Give me an idea. Your next game is Capital City today. You're leaving out early from school. What are you doing right now to kind of get yourself mentally and physically prepared? Maybe you're drinking a lot of water. I mean, it's going to be warm today,
yes.
but what are you doing to kind of get prepared mentally and physically?
Well, mentally, like I remember playing them last year. I know they're a tough team and can hit the ball. So I'm kind of thinking of like possibly what pitches or anything that can be thrown to keep them off their feet. And then our at bats, like we need to be like having a lot of swings in and stuff because we have to have our hitting today. It's gonna have to be there to get our runs across early in the game. And then also like drinking water and eating, having a good lunch.
Yeah. And again, we're visiting with Chevrolet Dealers of the Ozarks Athlete of the Week, Megan Graver from Bowling Green High School. Struck out 17 in a 7-inning game here at the end of last week. Megan, tell us a little bit about who's influenced you. When did you start pitching? When did you become interested in softball? How did that happen? And maybe who are your biggest influencers there?
I started playing softball in like second grade for Corey League, and I never wanted to be a pitcher at the beginning, but our team didn't have a pitcher, and so the coach was like talking, and he was like, "We gotta have a pitcher." So we had like a couple girls he just picked out, and was like, "Wind up and see if you can get it to the glove." So we all did that, and I guess out of everyone, I did good on that. So he threw me in the game, and I mean, it was Corey League, but I think I ended up doing fine. But my dad has been like my biggest supporter through it all, and he's pushed me to like be how I am. And if I didn't have him, I don't know if I would like be where I'm at today when it comes to pitching, because he's like motivates me. If I'm having maybe a tough game, or sometimes I might be confused on what to throw, like what should I do, he's always there to help me and like tell me what to fix, and just always tells me I can do it and pushes me.
What's your favorite part of practice? And nobody likes practices typically, but what do you enjoy at practice?
I think my favorite part of practice is when we're like doing a drill and working and having like fun at the same time. I like when we're laughing and but also getting work done at the same time. So if you like give us a drill and we just do it and have fun and enjoy, that's my favorite.
Uh, well, you got Capital City tonight.
Yes.
What are you going to have to do to win this game?
Not have a moment of like, we're going to always have to be good that game. We don't have room for error. We don't have room to make mistakes.
Very good. Well, again, Megan, on behalf of Chevy Dealers of the Ozarks and Missouri Sports Network, congratulations on being selected as an Athlete of the Week.
Thank you.
You bet. Coach, from your standpoint, what are you going to have to do tonight to come out on top?
Well, we're gonna have to string some hits together for sure. With Megan on the mound, our defense doesn't get a whole lot of work usually. You talk about the strikeout she had against Palmyra. Just looking at some previous games that week, she had 14 against Hannibal, 17 against Montgomery County, and then 17 against Palmyra and 13 against Liberty. So defense doesn't get a whole lot of work, but again, Capital City's a 4 or 5A school. I think they've got some players that can put it in play. She's just going to have to let the defense work for her if it does get into play. And like she said, when we play airless ball or we play minimal errors, we give ourselves a great chance. We're going to have to be able to play some good defense and be able to get runners on and be able to move them over and do our job.
As you look at that Class 3, District 3, where you're a member of, one, kind of handicap that a little bit. I know you've already defeated Palmyra that's in that district, but where's it going to be played? And maybe handicap it just a little bit, and where do you feel like you guys fit in?
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably going to be at Fulton, just kind of that central location. A lot of the teams are the same as last year, and that's where we played it. Fulton right now, I think is in our Class 3 is a one or two ranked, might be 3. But you got them, Fulton, you got a Wright City team, Winfield, Orchard Farm, us. I would say we're somewhere 4 or 5 right now. If we keep playing well, we could probably inch up to that 3 mark. But it's going to be a tough one going on the road and going over there. We're one of the furthest schools away, so we'll have one of the longer drives. If we play our game and again we keep it an airless game, I think we're going to give ourselves a chance in that district.
Very good. Well, again, Megan, congratulations. Coach Smith, thank you so much for setting this up. I know it was short notice, but
That's fine. Thank you.
Everything worked out.
It worked
out. All right. You're watching the Missouri Sports Network at MissouriSportsNetwork.com, where everyone has a home field advantage. And as always, the Missouri State Highway Patrol reminds us to take that 3 seconds and buckle up. It's 3 seconds that could save your life. Be safe, be smart, and be here tomorrow. As always, keep it right here at the Missouri Sports Network.